What is up, everybody? Pony Lawson here with another episode of Tattoo Critiques. And this week we're diving into the very worst of tik-tok tattoos. So stick around, you're not going to want to miss this one. Once again, thank you guys so much for coming to hang out with me. As I said before, we're going to be checking out the more interesting tattoos that TikTok has to offer. For those of you who sent in a tattoo waiting to be critiqued, please be patient. These past 2 weeks have just been really crazy. I just want to make sure I give you a good, proper critique and not rush through them. I personally enjoy doing these TikTok videos, and it really seems like you guys enjoy them as well. So let's have a laugh, decompress, and check out what kind of garbage these folks are putting on their bodies. So let's check out this first one that says, "Can we see your tattoo?"
So first I'll show you kind of what I wanted, and then versus what I ended up getting.
So this is gonna be one of those what you wanted versus what she got tattoos. So let's find out what you wanted. Very nice floral design. It has a lot of nice line weight to it. I'm kind of excited to see what she got out of this. Oh no. Yeah, that's not really quite what the design looked like now, is it? Oy vey. It looks like a lot of peanuts running down her arm. I don't know. Man, what is going on here? Yeah, it kind of looks like she got taken advantage of. Maybe this is some... Oh, she got laser removal. I see. I see. If we couldn't learn from the last video, maybe we can learn from this one. It's very important to research your artist, otherwise you're going to end up with a very bad tattoo and lots of laser removal. So good luck, evil herbivore. It looks like those laser sessions are going quite well, and I would love to check this tattoo out in the future. Here comes another what I wanted versus what I got tattoo, and these are some of my favorites. The caption says, "Thank God for cover-ups." And lasers. So she wants the typical creation of man hands tattooed on her body, and let's see what she ended up with. Wow, that might be the worst one I've ever seen. I know hands are usually pretty hard to do, but that's on a whole other level. That's 1000% the My Germs hands from Scary Movie.
Okay now, dig in.
Oh man, that's unfortunate, Jessica. It doesn't look like that person has been tattooing for more than a week. I'm not sure why you would let somebody tattoo you who has no clue what they're doing, let alone could draw a stick figure, because these hands are atrocious. Good luck to you. So let's check out this next one. It looks like the artist is peeling off a stencil to a knife blade and a... Well, I can't show that on my channel. Yeah, I mean, the handle of the blade looks great, but the rest of the tattoo looks beat up. I don't know why he's squirting it with water. I guess that's probably the only way he's gonna get it wet. You're more than welcome to go check out that tattoo yourself. But yeah, that was an interesting one. All right. I need a shower after that one. This next one looks like the person sent in references for the tattoo to their artist. A nice Medusa with some snakes going through the hair and some nice flowers. Oh, wow. Wow. Again, guys, this is why it's really important to look through the artist portfolio and really research your artist, because this tattoo has to be one of the worst ones I've ever seen. The lines are all over the place. You can tell that this artist really doesn't know what they're doing with the machine whatsoever, because these lines aren't consistent anywhere. The shading looks horrible. And this just goes to show you that tattooing isn't necessarily tracing, because if it was just tracing, this tattoo would look a whole lot better. But when you get that machine in your hands, it kind of, oh my God. What a bad tattoo. It just seems like the tattooer just, what the, wow. I mean, the tattooer obviously doesn't know anatomy or any sort of facial structure, because everything about this is just awful. The nostrils look awful, the eyes look awful. There is no facial planes, and even if this was an amateur done tattoo, you know, I feel like this would look a lot better. But it just really looks like this person isn't even an artist. I don't know if they're working at a shop. I would hope not. Yowza. Shit. That's gonna be a rough one to fix. So this one says, "What I agreed upon with the tattoo artist." And it looks like this is her hip. She's got a new stencil of the dragon's head on top. And the bottom of the dragon looks decent. And the top looks awful. Well, hold on, let me rewind it again. I mean, I was saying, no, I mean, wow. You know, I initially said the bottom looked okay. but if I pause it, you know, it looks better than the top. I'll say that much. The bottom doesn't look great. The top looks terrible. So the stencil looks fine. It just really looks like the artist didn't know how to use that stencil. The bottom half definitely turned out a little better than the top, but the whole entire thing is not good. And that one's definitely gonna be a rough one to get off. Oh, some of those scales are going backwards. I didn't even realize it. If you look over here to the right, the scales are supposed to go down toward the tail of the end of a dragon's body or snake or whatever kind of animal it's on. But the scales of this dragon are going up toward the head of the dragon on the right side, which absolutely is incorrect. They don't work that way. Maybe your artist told you that real dragon scales go both ways. I don't know. But that ain't right. And yeah, he did you dirty. This one says, who did this? And this guy's holding up his arm. It says Dream Chaser. It doesn't look terrible. What am I looking at? What am I looking at?
I just went and got this tattoo for $200 and went to realize the dude put it on backwards. So now I can only read it through a mirror and people can't see.
No. Dang. So obviously it looks like the artist put on the stencil backwards and the client read it in the mirror. They saw it the right way and didn't think anything of it. So now it says, but at least it looks good for him in the mirror. This doesn't happen very often. I have seen somebody do this with a Chicago White Sox tattoo back in the day. And I think the tattoo shop actually got sued and shut down because of it. The artist put on the Sox logo, the client looked at it in the mirror, it looked just fine. And then when they checked it out later, they noticed it was backwards. I just don't know how that happens. Like when the artist looks at the stencil, oh, can't read it.
Yeah, you're right.
What a simple mistake to avoid. Maybe have one of your fellow artists in the shop check out the stencil and make sure everything looks good before actually starting the process. We do that at my shop all the time. It's also good to do that midway through a tattoo as well. Sometimes when you're staring at something for too long, you just get wrapped up in it. It's always good to get a second set of eyes on there. But keep chasing your dreams, bud. All right, this next one says, when I finally went to get my back tattoo, but I went to a sketchy shop. Let's see what she did. Oh, y'all need to learn your lesson. Research your artist. I mean, it's not as bad as those Medusa snakes, but yeah, I wouldn't be happy with that on my back either. This thing is awful. I'm pretty certain this is the same reference that I used for my rose tutorial. So maybe that artist needs to go back to my channel and watch that. Well, I suppose it's a good thing you don't have to look at it. I love these ones where they send the reference in and they give the artist, this is what I want. And then they end up with nothing like that. Similar to this tattoo. Actual photos, I sent my tattoo artist to give him an idea of what I wanted. Small group of flowers, seems pretty easy. Let's see what they got. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that's, it kind of looks like melted Superman ice cream a little bit. I don't know what's happening here. I don't know how they got that from those references at all. I can see the part by your elbow that looks like a flower sticking out, but I don't know what's going on with all that blue and pink. I really don't know how to distinguish that. Do we look at it like this? Oh, there it is. Well, maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be able to guess what this is if you gave me $100. Well, I don't even know what you could turn that into. You've got me stumped here. Oh, this is totally mushy crunch berries. I can't believe I didn't even think of that. This looks exactly like some crunch berries that's been sitting in milk for way too long. It really doesn't look like flowers whatsoever. I mean, because the references look so great. The references look like really good pieces of artwork. Almost every single one of those is well done. And I don't think the artist was capable of tattooing those designs, clearly. Well, hopefully you learned from this one and that doesn't happen again. Yep, next. What's this person? I got a tattoo after a few margaritas. I didn't realize how poorly my tattoo appointment was going until it was too late. I love margaritas. I love tattoos. We could be friends. So it looks like you wanted a little tree tattoo with some dainty lines and you ended up with a Christmas tree. I mean, it could have gotten worse. You know, luckily it's very small, it's easily coverable, easily lasered off. So this isn't the worst case scenario by far. But yeah, maybe next time stay away from those margaritas before getting something permanently inked on your body. So this next one looks like he's got a lot of face tattoos going on. His eyeballs are tattooed. That's generally not something that I would suggest doing or do for myself, as we're only given one set of eyes. You don't want to f him up. But yeah, it looks like he's covered in makeup and he's kind of revealing his tattoos a little bit by a little bit. That's pretty wild. I mean, he did a good job covering them. You really couldn't tell that his whole entire face was tattooed. Yeah, that's a lot of makeup. I have seen a few eyeball tattoos get botched and they've had to have them removed. So again, that's not something I would ever suggest anybody to do. But again, that's just my personal opinion on it. I'm not saying it looks bad. It looks pretty wild. That's just a little bit more extreme than the tattooing your skin. But if you do your research. I hear the nose hurts really bad. I've got a few friends that have their nose tattooed and they say that that's some of the worst pain they've ever experienced, even over their palms. And the eyeballs are one of those things that you can't really cover for whatever reason that you'd need to cover your tattoos. They're always gonna be there. It's hard to critique the tattoos themselves because he's moving so fast and all that makeup is in the way. But I do like the all black aesthetic, where there's not really much, if any, color coming through. How do you guys feel about face tattoos and eyeball tattoos? Is that something you would ever get? Do you already have face tattoos? You can send them over to ponycritiques@gmail.com and I'll tell you how I feel about them. Well, that was something else. As we learned today, it's very easy to get a good tattoo, but even easier to end up with a awful tattoo. So I know I referenced this a bunch in this video already, but I highly suggest going to watch our last video, 5 things you could do to end up with a better tattoo. The very first tip I have on that video is to research your artist. That way you don't end up like these people. Because honestly, who else can you blame but yourself when you end up with a tattoo like this? Hope you guys had as much fun as I did, and I'll see you all next week.